Yeah, I don't know. I feel like all I need is like one decent player, and I don't really get them now. And the thing is, like,
Yeah.
I honestly think I'm just like ridiculously. I should have just stopped playing when I was tilted. This all started because I was tilted from one game.
Oh, it's like that game where you went like probably like 6-0 and you still lost, and like there was a
No, it
no.
was different. Basically, so this all started like I think when was it? Like it was a while ago. It was like a week and a half ago.
Mm-mm.
And basically, what happened was I was playing with my friend who is a Rengar jungle main, and we were dueling together. And I'm currently silver one, and he's like gold four. But last season I was plat two. But just because of placements and shit, I'm in silver right now. So I was in silver playing, and he was playing with me. And yeah, we were playing together, and this guy, the enemy jungler, he stole the Rengar pick from my jungler. That's like his main champion. So he was playing a different champion, and I was playing Echo, which is like my best champion. Well, Echo and Rumble are my best champions, but I was playing Echo that particular game, and I literally just could not play the game. Like I couldn't do anything. It was insane. Like the Rengar was just like denying me from like everything. It was just
It's like
crazy.
one of those
And I was
LCS matches where they're just denying you all your camps and they're ganking faster than you are.
Yeah, like it just felt like well, I was pretty sure the jungler on their team was duoed with the mid I was against because I played Rengar and I played Echo and my friend I forgot what champ he played. I'd have to look back in my like history to see what the game specifics were. But the enemy jungler was playing Rengar and the laner I was against was playing Kassadin. And Kassadin like directly counters Echo. So it was like kind of suckish because I was still like doing pretty good despite the fact because I'm really good at Echo. But the jungler basically like it got to the point where like I think it's right here. Yeah, my friend was playing Yi
Oh
and I
my
was
god.
because his Rengar got
Oh
I
my
went 5 and
goodness.
12 that game, and basically ever since that game, like I've just been like on a fucking loss streak because I think I just got like so tilted from that game that I just haven't been able to shake it off. It's insane because basically like the jungler was just I just never have experienced that like much of like a but like an ass whooping in like so long. Like I was like
It's
I
like
literally couldn't do anything all game.
it's like fucking GG at 10 minutes and shit.
Well, it wasn't even that. It was just like anything I would show up for, he was doing everything perfectly. And then I like ended up like at the end of the game, like my friend was like talking. He's like, "Hey man, you good?" Like all this shit. Like asked me if I was tilted and stuff, and I was like, "Yeah, man." I literally
That
like basically I just got to the point where like normally I'm like a pretty good like proactive and confident player, but it's like from that game forward, like I just haven't really been as like confident in my games. Like I just been like not having the will to like solo carry like I normally have been. But it's just like basically what happened was my friend told me that he ended up talking to the guy and the guy was like, yeah, like I'm like a diamond two like Smurf. And I was like, oh my god.
See, I
So it
I've
makes
had those
sense
games
in the long
before.
run, but like at the same time, like it kind of like fucked me over because ever since that moment, I was like, geez, I must be really bad if he like shat on me that hard. And I was like, I need to
See,
like improve.
I've had games like that before. Like back in the day when I still main top lane. I say back in the day like I'm some old man. I'm still a top lane main to a certain extent. It's when I actually faced really good top laners, I learned a lot from those guys about okay, why did they do this at this moment and why did they do that at that moment. See, there's little things you can take away from that, but in the game when you're getting your ass literally handed to you, it's just not the same feeling. But afterwards, it's like okay, maybe I can do this the same way they did because back like season oh my goodness, season 7 or season 5, I remember playing Riven, and then you remember the old way Jin Zhao was, where like he would just duel you consistently.
Yeah, before the
Oh,
rework
oh my! I love
got
that Jin
fucked
Zhao.
up.
So I got destroyed on Riven by this one trick Jin Zhao top. I was like, oh my
Zen
god,
Zhao is strong in lane. People sleep on it.
he's really strong. And then I was like, okay,
Like I was playing Rumble mid one time, and some guy pulled out a Zen Zhao mid against me, and I couldn't do shit. because that knockup that he does, like, oh my god, it does so much
Oh my
damage.
god, yeah.
And it like prevents you from doing damage for like 3 seconds, which is like pretty huge in a trade.
After that, I lost to him, and then I was like, all right, I'm playing Jin Jiao top. Faced like a Gnosis, I went on like a literal 10-game winning streak. I was like, oh my god, I was sleeping on this pick. This is insane. It's just, I like...
the opposite for me. Basically, I just
really?
shot on, and then for like the next like 5 or 6 games, like I was just like on autopilot, like not even like playing. I was like in the game, but like I didn't really care about what I was doing, or I wasn't thinking about what I was doing because I was just like so like just tilted and like depressed because I got like clapped so hard.
Yeah, dude, I know how you feel. Last night, played 2 Jungle Sejuani games. My lanes are fucking over here griefing and shit. They're like 0-6 by 10 minutes. Like, what am I supposed to do about that? I can't be, every lane in 2 seconds. They're over here trying to...
What elo are you in right now?
Oh, I've been just stuck between literally iron and bronze. It's horrible, man. Trying to balance out things. Like, I know win conditions. I know how to win a game. I know about objectives. I know about when to take objectives. I know all that LCS, LEC, LPL, LCK shit. But it's so hard trying to put all that great knowledge into an actual solo queue game for people who are
I don't even know if it's possible for us to play together.
Oh my goodness!
I'm in silver 3 right now.
So after a certain point, I've retired from rank since like season 8.
Oh.
I've been retired. I was like, I'm just gonna play normal games and just have some fun because rank games, to me, rank technically matters and doesn't matter. No offense to anybody that plays ranked and grinds it. I respect all people, but I've just been mentally tilted from rank for literal years because you factor, man, I've been playing ranked since season 5. That's a while to be playing ranked and getting just broken mentally. You remember how the old dragons used to work where you used to get like 1,000 gold for each dragon? So there's this one ranked game I had where it's over. Game is done. Literally GG, run it down mid, we win. There's no Nexus turrets, nothing. Vi takes herself, goes to a dragon we do not need, and then she takes a dragon and we all lose a team fight and we all type, hey, GG, nice dragon we got that we didn't need, like, stupid fuck. Game's over. It's literally 2v4. Oh my goodness. After that game, I was like, alright, I'm just done with ranked. People are just absolutely morons. I was like, fuck this game. So after that, I just retired from ranked. And people are like, how come you don't like ranked? It's reasons like that. You can literally win a game. Tell a person this is how we win a game. They're like, oh, whining like a little bitch and shit. And then...
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I definitely have aspirations of making Challenger within like the next 3 years. So that's kind of like why I'm kind of like, eh.
I believe in you. You'll be in the LCS with Bjergsen. You'll be his jungler.
I don't know. It's just because like I feel like I've been doing pretty good. Because like my first year, I didn't play ranked. My second year, played ranked, made I think it was silver, and then this past year was my second year playing ranked, and I made plat. So I feel like this year I can make diamond, and then hopefully the next year after that I'll make master.
JTH,
and that's just kind of how I've been
on the channel. He peaked at diamond 2. I think. I don't know how he got out of plat. I heard plat is pretty hard to get out of now.
Well, yeah, because there's like a huge like difference. There's skill gaps in all these ranks.
Yeah, there's a literal gap between playing on stage, academy, challenger. I find it really interesting. There is actually, yeah, you're right. There's gaps in every single rank. There's a gap between challenger and gold and LCS.
The differences aren't like ridiculous. They're just small things. Like either they're better at the fundamentals, they're better at macro, they're better at like matchups. It just depends. Like there's very specific things.
Dude, man,
that differentiate those players.
Freaking A. I was watching, though, the other day ago, I was watching some, like, Bleach videos, and people were talking about, hey, Bleach is gonna come back, actually. I was like, wait, what? It turns out Bleach is actually still outselling things, even though it's canceled. Remember how back in the day Family Guy was canceled and then DVD sales brought it back? So that's kind of the same where...
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Family Guy was canceled, and then at a certain point, the amount of DVD sales that brought in the level of hype for Family Guy, they made them actually bring it back. And then Bleach is actually going through something similar, like the Funko Pops are always selling out, the new mobile game is, getting a lot of money. It's just like, I don't know if it's the right reason to bring back Bleach right now, because Bleach is pretty good when it's good, but it's like, I consider Bleach like the Game of Thrones of anime. It's literally highest highs and then lowest lows. Like,
I've never watched Bleach ever.
Or really?
So long, but it's like one of those anime because it came out the same time as like Naruto and like
roughly,
One Piece.
I think you
but
should
like
try it
I
out.
never watched it. I
I
watched
think
like an episode and I got like bored.
no, no, yeah, Flux. What are you doing?
I'm so serious. I watched like the first episode. I feel like it's very similar. Like the premise to it is very similar to Yu Yu Hakusho.
It
You ever seen
it
that?
actually is.
Like
It
how
I'd say that.
he's like some type of like degenerate dude, doesn't give a fuck about people, and then like one of his friends he dies, and then he gets like sent to the spirit world, and then they like make him like somebody who hunts like demons and ghosts and shit.
Bro, I'm not even kidding. People really, really sleep on Yu Yu Hakusho. That is just a
Yu Yu
great
Hakusho is
anime.
amazing. That was one of my favorite anime.
Dude, people sleep on it so much. Like, you know, people consider like great animes like DBZ,
God.
yeah, DBZ, Naruto, and One Piece. Like, no one brings up Yu Yu Hakusho anymore. Yu Yu Hakusho is
Yu Yu
legitimate,
Hakusho
really
and Dragon
good.
Ball Z, Inuyasha,
Um,
and Samurai X were all of my '90s anime.
did you ever watch
Damn.
You watch Hunter x Hunter?
I watched a couple of episodes of that. I watched up to like where like they went to that like island and they were starting that like
The exam?
that. Yeah, that's the part where I ended.
That's
'cause
the
I was
best
trying
part
to
about
get
it.
into it, and I was like,
My friends keep trying to hype me up on Demon Slayer and shit.
that's probably one of the best anime out right now.
Really? Dude, if I watch
Yeah.
that and you hype me up and it sucks, I'm gonna be so mad I wasted my
It's
time.
pretty good.
Really?
It's like one of the best like fighting anime. Like it's like I feel like it's one of the only anime in this current age that's like the whole like Naruto, like One Piece, like like those like Dragon Ball Z, like the fight animes.
So no My Hero?
Yeah, it's actually I don't like My Hero Academia.
Dude,
I
it's
feel
so
like it's too, like,
overhyped. It's so
it's
overhyped.
it's too immature for me. Like, it's just so like everybody I know like says that's like their favorite anime, and it's because I feel like My Hero Academia is like the anime that gets like anime noobs into anime.
I'd
That's
say
how I
it's
see
like
it.
budget Dragon Ball Z for this day and age.
Like everybody who is into My Hero Academia, that's like the only anime they've ever fucking watched.
Oh my god. You tell them, hey, have you ever watched like Inuyasha? They're like, no, it's boring. What? Like Inuyasha is the
Yeah.
definition of not boring. Inuyasha is like one of my friends could not get into it. I understand it. It is kind of like a long journey, but Inuyasha, why it's one of my favorites, is that it puts the emphasis on story, character, building characters. I think it does one of the best out of the original big ones. Oh my goodness, I think. Oh yeah, guys, he's going out for a second. We're just sitting here talking about anime super quickly, and we're gonna talk about League in just a moment. He had a pretty hard downfall in League so far. I've been there, where you have like 20 game
Was
losing threes.
all creating a fuss.
Should we do the hashtag new cat for Flux? How many cats do you actually have?
Oh, I have two, but I'm getting rid of one because
No. What happened?
one of them's a kitten,
Uh.
and I'm probably getting rid of him because where I'm moving to, like, they charge per cat, and I'm not gonna be able to afford it right now.
Oh, you're moving actually. Oh, that's good.
Yeah, I'm moving to like a bigger apartment.
Oh,
I currently
nice.
I currently live with a roommate, but I'm moving to like a loft style apartment by myself at
So
the end of the month.
So for all the people that want roommates, did you like it, enjoy it? Did you hate it?
It was okay. I mean, it was like one of my good friends. Like we like basically moved out of the apartments that we were living out in previously because we were living in these apartments where it was free because of our job. Our job like basically like loaned them out to us, but we didn't like the conditions and stuff because it was kind of cheap. So we decided to like move into a place together and like split it.
Mhm.
But basically, the only thing was like when you live with somebody else, like even if they're friends with you, at the end of the day, like there is like a bit of like compromise you have to do, just for like privacy and shit like that. So like that's like kind of been like the only thing. Like we were saying like, oh, maybe it's better if we, like live alone because there's certain things that like I do and certain things that he does, and like like we want to be able to do those things, and it's like you have to kind of compromise if you live with a roommate as opposed to like if you live alone, you just do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'd agree. That's kind of the reason why I enjoy living alone is that I can just do whatever I want when I feel like, and there's no one around to tell you otherwise. But even though like living with a roommate is, I did it before with my brother, and I mean it has its ups and downs. But I think that at the end of the day, I just prefer my own space. You know.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So now time for the LCS stuff. Hedgie couldn't be here this week because obviously he's been super busy, and C9 he's been on the C9 group and he's been saying so much bad stuff about their drafts, and people have been calling him a troll. That shit is just so funny.
He's the TSM fan. I mean, he's the Cloud9 fan.
Yeah.
Roasting them.
So, in like the Cloud9 group, he's just been attacking their drafts, and people have been calling him a troll. I love Hedgie, man. He's awesome, dude. But like, it's been so funny, man. I just like laughed so hard. And then Lyle, he's gonna be on later because he was gonna show up right now, but Lyle, he got called into work today, so I'll take his take later on that. That's why I got you right now. But yeah, overall LCS, how you feeling about it so far?
I don't know. It's just it's mixed. Like, I don't even know what to think currently.
Let's start with TSM.
I feel like the only thing that's concrete in LCS is Cloud9. Everything else is kind of like it can be changed, like on any given Sunday. Like, seriously, I'm so serious. Like, think about last season. Like, CLG picks up Paul Bellator and they're like decent now, where they were like shit before. But I mean, starting off with TSM, like, I just feel like they're just experimenting way too much. Just kind of getting overboard at this point.
Oof, man.
I feel like they're kind of just using this time frame with the spring split to just like experiment and like just try things out. Which, I mean, they've explained why they think it's gonna like be good for them, but at the same time, I feel like they're what they're doing is they're trying to invest more in the long term as opposed to the short term. Which, I mean, I guess, but at the same time, it's kind of like you're kind of compromising and like sacrificing way too much for that, because basically like their approach is that they're trying to find out what's good on like whatever patch and like basically building comps around it and like trying it out to see if like it's going to be like a pocket pick type thing they can pull out whenever they get to playoffs. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, if you're really just testing out comps and like seeing if they work in certain situations, but you're not playing like the bread and butter, like stuff that's going to guarantee wins, like it's like which is better. That's kind of where they are right now. Because of course, like they played those games earlier in the split where they just completely like crushed teams because they picked like, you know, the cookie cutter like good champs in every role and that's it. But I feel like when they do these like picks like the Pantheon Talia, like the random like pick they just did recently, which is the Maokai and Kale, like in essence, like in theory, those are good like picks, but it's like I feel like they're just using them just to like test and see if they're gonna like do anything or not. And like they use like their like weekend games to do that.
See, this was my thing about it. I was thinking more along the lines of
because it makes sense if you think about these drafts do make sense, but it's like I feel like you're just testing like you know, a lot of the casters on LCS were just saying they're like, I'm pretty sure what they did was played like a lot of skirmishes, and when they did those skirmishes they realized that, you know, those champs were good or those champs were like strong on that patch, so they decided to use them and build comps around them. And then that's why since they spent the whole week playing that like particular champ or comp, they brought it to LCS that weekend. So they really think that like they picked the whole Maokai mid thing because it was like something that they've been working on all week.
Yeah, I'd agree. It makes sense for what they're trying to do because they always get criticized for not being flexible and being pretty one-dimensional. But it's their issue of it boils down to so many things though. Like it's so hard to explain because if your players aren't exactly flexible, then trying out flexible comps isn't really going to make you better. But you want to try being flexible because the net worth of being flexible helps you out in draft and gets you an edge.
I'm not going to lie, I do feel like they are the most flexible team in the league. Like, I don't think that's like debatable in regards to like what they've been able to pick out, because I don't see any other team like valuing the flex picks as much as that team does. but at the same time, like I feel like it's really hard to gauge if they're actually trolling or if they are like legitimately just trying things out.
I don't know, man. That Maokai mid looked like pretty troll right there. I'm not even gonna lie. I
Well,
was like,
apparently there's a lot of significance behind it. Like it's basically like the second most OP pick other than Ornn. It's like Ornn like sleeper OP version basically. It's like the like non-played Ornn. Apparently that's Maokai right now. Like it's like the second best pick behind Ornn if you're gonna play a tank laner.
How do you feel about Kabe? He's been getting a lot of the not criticism, but people are like he's just kind of there right now.
Well, that's what he's that's what they bought him for. They
Yeah,
bought him
he's
to
just.
be honest with you.
We already knew that he's gonna be like that.
Yeah, all they wanted was just a stable ADC, and that's kind of what he's been all season. But I mean, I don't really think that's bad because if you actually watched the recap of last weekend, they actually said when they reviewed the show that Kabe, like he might have not done anything stand out, but like he did what he needed to do. Like he farmed, he stayed safe. Like the only times he's died in all these games is when like TSM just doesn't play the fight right, and he's an ADC, so they'll just kill him if he's like alone or caught out or stunned in a team fight. But at the same time, like even though they might not look like the best like ADC yet, whatever given time, he actually has the highest CSD of any ADC in the league right now. He actually has a higher CSD than even Sven.
See, it's the thing is that like they're not playing bad individually. Like they're all laning fine. It's more or less so mid game is screwing them over. Jungle timings.
Their identity is there, but I feel like they're also trying to like create alternate identities. Like that's kind of what's like that. Like I feel like a lot of what their team is doing right now is a lot of experimentation, and it's like the main question you have to ask is like where does the experimentation end? That's like kind of like where people are like thinking now. They're like, how much is too much experimentation? Because basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to create multiple ways to carry is what their team's trying to do. If you ever watch like these drafts and like how the games play out, they try to create several different win conditions, but it's always around top, mid, jungle. They don't really ever try to like carry from bot directly. They always just have bot like just be like a stable like progressing lane. So
damn. I hope they actually improve because it just feels like Bjergsen is not exactly playing up to the standard that most people hold him to.
Yeah.
Maybe it's like maybe TSM has molded him into something that I don't think personally he should be.
Yeah, I mean, Bjergsen's trying to be more of like a do and be player this season. That's what he's trying to do. Like it's very apparent in the drafts and what they're trying to put him on. He's like thinking he's like, oh, I don't have to carry laner anymore. I just have to be more of like a facilitator, like the rest of the team. But it's like I feel like that's good, but it's also bad. It just depends because I feel like some of these times when he's becoming a facilitator, they're not giving, they're not giving Dardoch or Broken Blade the tools they need for him to like actually facilitate them well. Because like for example, like that game of him playing Maokai, okay, yeah, you're playing Maokai mid. It's the same thing you did when you played Ornn mid. But the difference is when you played Ornn mid last time, but Broken Blade had Kiana. This time he's got Kayle. Kayle can't really do anything until late game.
Oh yeah, so they blew the flash like level 3. I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got dicked in lane, and he was basically like a a non-factor that like whole game. So that's kind of the point I'm alluding to. It's like if Bjergsen's going to take a back seat, they need to provide Broken Blade like a good route to actually be able to carry and like actually be able to like put his name on the game. If they don't do that, they're pretty much just going to like be a double negative, which is what happened that game. Bjergsen's already playing like a facilitating like tank pick, and then top lane's not playing anything that can do anything through lane or pressure the enemy team. So what are you gonna do?
Yeah, dude. I understand what they're trying to do. It's just that it's just always so hard to do it in stage and then do it in scrims and vice versa.
They're trying to be the most flexible they can be. That's literally what they're doing.
Yeah,
but it's like they've got to do it in a more concrete way. That's the issue right now. They need to be able to find out like what's going to be the way that, you know, if Bjergsen plays something that's not going to carry, that they enable either Dardoch or Broken Blade to carry. But then at the same time, they need to, like, I don't know, I feel like that's basically the only route they're going. They're either going Bjergsen as a facilitator playing niche picks, or Bjergsen just playing the blind pick Syndra. That's it for Bjergsen's play.
You were probably not happy they lost to CLG. That probably stunk.
That was like probably the stupidest loss.
But I gotta give it to credit.
Playing a bad comp.
Yeah, they were actually playing a legitimate comp right there.
I just feel like literally, I don't know what's going on with Bjergsen. That's probably the biggest question mark.
Oh like, man, I think all these years of trying to be molded into a leader, he's just like, I don't think he's lost his way. He's just not that Bjergs, that NA faker that people were calling him a few seasons ago. You know,
it's just he doesn't really. I feel like he's not really taking the game into his own hands as much anymore. Like that's what he did previously. Was he just always like, if things weren't going right, like he'd always be that person where like he would just take over the game, like no matter what. But it's like now he's just like he cares more about letting everybody else, like, you know, do what he says to do, or like do what.
Yeah. See, I understand he says that, man, but that's not. You can't really do that though. Like, would Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, or LeBron James do that? You know what I mean? Like, if you know you're the star, it doesn't really matter what they feel that they think they can do. If you're the star, you gotta take it in your own hands, though. That's what I personally feel like. You know, if you know that, let's say like you're playing basketball and you know you're the only one really trying. Well, the game's in your hands then. If you know what to do and you know how to win the game and you know about all these things to win, you gotta just take it in your own hands. I get having to trust other people and putting, you know, what's that word? Confidence into them too. But if it's really not working out, you're just looking for something that's not there. And maybe they're not mentally there yet. Maybe it's just spring split where people say it doesn't matter, so they're not really giving it their all, which I doubt. We'll talk about that, you know, later on, spring split not mattering. But I personally think if he wants to be like Faker level and get to that point that he was at, somewhat, you know, a little bit on the more the smaller scale, like a few seasons ago, needs to just take the game back in his own hands. Give him the Zoes and the Syndras and the Victors and let him carry the game. You know what I mean? Like, if he wants to really be that best mid laner again, he's just gonna have to do it. That's just how all stars do it. You know, even in Counter-Strike and Overwatch and Fortnite, all the big stars always take it in their own hands. They're like, no, I'm not gonna trust winning to this guy. I'm gonna do it myself. That is what a true star is, to me personally, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like he needs to revert back to
just selfish. Just be selfish again. If that makes, just be selfish again. If that makes other people mad, well, fuck them. At least you're winning. You know what I mean? Like, winning is all that matters to people. And if winning is what you want to do, and is winning is all you really want to build your brand off of, I say just be selfish again. That's all they need to really do. But they're molding him into a player that he never really was, though. This shot calling high Doinby player, is that really him though? You know,
yeah,
I can see that in high and Doinby, and I could even see that in Golden Glue.
But that's the issue, is like, you know, that's why high didn't last, because they were players that were just getting
exactly. Those players do not last very long because they're mechanically not good, and they have a ceiling they have to hit. Bjergsen is not them.
They're very good at the macro, but they're not as good as at the micro, which means like they lose a lot.
So here's a little bit of news. Today I just did a video on this right now. Is like CLG parted ways with Crown. What do you think about that?
I didn't watch it, but I mean, I can give you like insight about my opinion on the whole situation.
Yeah, sure.
That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, he hasn't watched my videos, guys. Time to kick him from the call. No, I'm just kidding. If I did that. Oh my goodness.
It's kind of an embarrassing situation because it's Crown, dude. Like, I don't understand. Like, I feel like what's going on with Bjergsen is similar to what's going on with him. Like, I feel like there's a huge fall from grace because, you know, like, Crown has always been one of the most best mids of all time. Like, he's gonna, if he ever, like, I mean, of course now, like, all things considered, but, you know, his past performances and stuff, he's always going to be up there with, like, Faker as, like, you know, top 15 best mid laners of all time. You know, like, he won Worlds. Even before that, like, in
He got to World
MSI
Finals.
previously. He was one of the most like notorious Victor players of all time.
Oh, I remember that. The one trick
Meta.
Victor all the way through season 6, man. Oh my god.
So I mean, he's always been a great player. So it's just kind of a shame that like this season he just wasn't able to do what people expected him to do. Because when he was on Optic, I was pretty impressed. Like I was like,
he was top 3 mid
on a shitty ass team.
Top 3 mid MVP. People were calling him the MVP that got away that year. I thought he played insane. I thought he was one of the best mid laners.
The only support he had was fucking Meteos.
Darna,
pretty crazy.
Fucking like Dokla and Arrow and Big. Like what kind of fucking team is that? Holy shit.
Yeah, random. So it's just kind of a shame that that happened, and then he was put on COG, which was apparently like an upgrade roster, and then he just didn't give a fuck. He just threw the whole season.
Do you remember that?
So
like,
kind of a shame.
There was that Azir 1v1 he had where he could have killed Ica by flashing and autoing him. He just didn't do it. I was like, all right. From that moment on, I knew he didn't give a shit. There's no way you do that. That is just what the fuck is going on. We watched this guy from Samsung Galaxy to KSV to Genji to Optic to CLG, and I don't really know. Do you think he'll go back to Korea, or do you think he'll just stay in North America and try to find a team?
Well, I don't know. I don't really feel like he's not at the same level as fucking Forgiven. Like he didn't troll or he didn't curse anybody out.
My team doesn't want to make changes, so I'm quitting.
I feel like he just scrutinized. He's just gonna be scrutinized for his play. That's pretty much it. So I feel like there's still a chance that a less performing team next year picks him up, or picks him up in the summertime as like an upgrade. Pretty sure that would happen. Wouldn't be surprised if say Golden Glue or somebody like gets dropped and they pick him up. Like so one of these like lesser mids, if someone wants to take a chance, their team's not doing that well. Wouldn't be surprised. But I feel like it depends, because it depends on how Pobelter works. Because I feel like if Pobelter ends up highly improving CLG, people might end up just being like, fuck it, we need to bring DeMonte back. We need to bring start incorporating more of these NA mids, which will make the market a little bit harder to get back into for some of these players.
Jeez, yeah, I don't know, man, because CLG looks like they're actually better without him, that's so surprising to say, that Pobelter's actually kind of playing he played pretty well. But I just don't know. I just don't know what his end goal is now. He's not. There's no toxicity issues. It's more like he just played badly. I don't know what team could really take a chance on him. Maybe Immortals. What if Immortals picked him up? Wait, no, that's Optic. The same. That's people about Optic. Shit. I don't know, honestly. Yeah, it's basically what you said. They would have to take a risk on a roster that is, kind of failing and needs an upgrade. But would he be really considered an upgrade in that position? It's like, maybe?
It depends on the situation of the team. But if one of these bottom teams, just doesn't... They feel like they're not progressing and they're not going anywhere, they may make switches. And that's just the switch that they would need, probably.
From former world champion to NA Academy, if I see him in NA Academy, I'm gonna be like, holy crap, that is just a downfall at that point. Good lord. What else do we talk about? The LCS. Oh my goodness. Let's see. What other team was there? Oh, TL and Tactical. So what'd you think about TL?
It's intriguing.
Actually, yeah.
The fact that fucking Double if leaves for one weekend and his team goes 2-0 after they've lost a game every single week.
Jeez.
Very intriguing.
It's like that Piglet. So this is kind of the same situation they had a long while ago with Piglet and I Will Dominate. Like they kick out Piglet for a week. They go 2-0 with Keith when Keith subbed in for them. It's like deja vu all over again for me, because I'm just like, wow, you put a player in there who wants to actually be with the team and maybe take a back seat, and you give a different environment. And I don't know, because this can be good and bad. Because what if they liked what Tactical was putting out for the team? Whether or not he's mechanically worse than Doublelift, that doesn't really matter, though. What if they just have Tactical as they could either switch them out between game to game, and that causes one of those, those benching problems.
Yeah, kind of like what C9 had previously.
Yeah, I think that this is going to lead into something else, but this is just all speculation right now from what I'm thinking. It's like, maybe this is not going to turn out to the point where Doublelift and Tactical want to actually take back seat, what's that word? Those two words, time split. Maybe they don't want to actually split time. I really think that right now TL is maybe considering just, playing them both. But the question is, will
Yeah.
Doublelift actually like that? That's the thing. Tactical's probably fine with that. You know, he just started. But is Doublelift okay with that? Ooh.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I doubt he just let himself get benched.
Oh my goodness. And then there I had never seen, I was watching Hotline League last night. There's a reason why I don't watch it. Oh my goodness. This TL fan was on call and said that C9's 12-0 is not impressive because the LCS just looks bad. Alright, people who are actually literally retarded.
I've heard that actually like a couple of times already.
People are so retarded. So this is, I mean, I'll let you go first. So what do you think about that actually?
Well, I mean, it's like the third time I've heard it. I mean, the reason why people are saying it is because they think that NA isn't drafting correctly.
See,
that's pretty much it.
That is the that's the equivalent of like salt thrown into just not being good. That's the metaphor I can use, because what a lot of people do is that if someone's actually really good, it's never that they can be good because they're good. It's always because somebody else failed. Now, I understand, guys, there are instances where that is true, like, you know, Albus Nox Luna 2016 and other instances in LCS and LEC where a bad team is legitimately bad, but the league just sucks and they're not improving. That's happened. I'll give credit to that. But C9 and TSM and TL have been, consistently top 3 teams for very long time. So the fact that C9 is first place actually isn't even surprising. So like if FlyQuest was in their position, I'd be like, okay, what the fuck is wrong with this league now? Okay, we all suck. Really? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So after that, I was like, so I'll say, okay, I'll just use an example. TL is not good because TL is not good. You can't just say C9 is doing really good because TL is obviously doing pretty bad. Now they're picking it up, but they've been doing pretty bad so far. You know, it's always somebody else. It's never because the team is actually playing well. Oh, C9's only 12-0 because the LCS sucks. Well, I mean, what if they're just playing good? Well, their drafting sucks. Well, you're telling me that all 10 of these professional teams do not know how to draft? That person who says that is such full of shit. That person is such full of shit. There's no way 10 teams in an entire league do not know how to draft. It's either you take drafts that are 55-45 or 45-55. Just because someone loses a draft, you see what I'm saying? Like, this is just a bunch of horse shit.
It was a video by Yamato Cannon, and he was talking about basically like people were just like Q&Aing with him, basically like asking him his opinions on different things.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the questions they asked was like, what were his opinions on C9, and he was saying that he thinks even though C9's doing well in NA, he still thinks that they're at best like the equivalent of like a lower tier LCK team.
Oh my goodness, a lower tier LCK team. I hate being that. You know what I mean?
I'm saying basically like C9 right now, their performance is like akin to like the Freak of Freaks or like fucking Hanwha Life. Basically, that's like them right now apparently.
It's just more or less so, you know, just
that they're just ahead of the curve is basically what they are.
See, and that's the thing, is that even if they're ahead of the curve right now, but who's to say they don't improve, you know, past this? It's always why can't the better players improve like the worst players? Like that's always the thing. Like, people can improve, and if you're worse at the game, yeah, your improvement is going to be more, what's that word, flashy, because you are obviously not that good, but a better player can just improve too. And if they're this good right now, I mean, who's to say they don't get better? Yes, they can get worse, but you see it in their interviews and the YouTube channel and all the players talking about they want to improve and get better. Like, this is a team who really wants to actually win a split. I think they're going 18-0. I don't think there's much competition, really, honestly, but people saying that they're only 12-0 because the league is bad are just that's the biggest salt I've ever heard in my life. Really?
I won't say they're 12-0 because the league is bad. I'll just say
they're 12-0 because they're actually pretty good. You know what I mean? That's what I'd say.
Like I said, I'm not gonna discredit them for their status in the league, but I will say I feel like Yamato is probably right. Like, I don't know, unless I see something. But
he hates me, guys.
I'm like MSI or something.
Yeah.
Prove otherwise. I feel like they're probably at that level.
I would love to see them at MSI, because it's kind of weird though how you factor in like TSM, TL, and CLG has been to MSI, but the NA team that is Cloud9 that actually has done well at Worlds has never been to MSI. That is kind of a interesting thing though. I kind of think they would actually do really well. we just keep choking, man. Second
before
place.
this period, before this roster has always been a team who didn't do shit in fucking spring ever. Like they were always bad in spring, and then in the summer they would just randomly have that gauntlet run.
Yeah,
And
it would
qualify
either
for Worlds and they go to Worlds. So it's literally C9's story.
And
Be
then
irrelevant in the first half of the year, and then be good at like the very end of the gauntlet.
I'm so glad we have a change now. Because it's either like these past years where it's like, they're like 14-4 for like, both splits, and then playoffs they get second place. It's like, oh my god, how are you 14-4 almost every other split and you get second place? If you factored in that, probably should be at least like 2 titles at least. And because TSM went like 14-4, 13-5 and won splits before. It's more or less, so I think this change is good. And you actually were talking about with this before the season, going Sneaky actually being not on Cloud9 brought this change, because you're not really a Sneaky fan actually.
No.
Oh god, are you like disliking the video now? Oh my goodness,
it's just trolling. Like I feel like he just trolled. Not a team player.
I got that feeling a while ago, honestly. It's not from the cosplaying, it's just like his gameplay. I feel like he was just trolling after a while.
Like I just feel like he was just indifferent about like his.
He's in a different anime reality than his teammates are.
Yeah,
oh my goodness.
He was just indifferent. He didn't care about what the results were, or like he would just play just because he could, basically.
Yeah, and then people were telling me, oh, well, he shouldn't have to fight for his spot. He's been on C9 the longest. That's not how sports work, you stupid fucks.
If there's somebody better, they're always going to get them.
That's literally not how sports work. If people want this to be a traditional sport, that's literally how traditional sports are. You have backups. You have other people who will take your spot if given the chance. That's literally how that works. That's always been the thing. And so why does Sneaky get special treatment? Like, why does he get special treatment? No, hell no. I love the guy, but, I mean, this is how sports work. If Broxa can get a sub, Sneaking can. It's like, people are just so delusional. But, LEC, did you watch any LEC this week, actually?
I actually have not.
So, do you watch any LCK so far?
I have, a little bit.
A little? It's been pretty boring, man. It is so boring watching them.
I can talk a little bit, though.
Yeah, sure.
The state of the standings and what I think.
Ooh, I got a lot to say, man. It's pretty boring out there in LCK. It's so boring.
Like Genji and what is it?
T1. Wait a minute, guys. He left me. He straight up left me.
Like Clid finally has shown the world that he is potentially the best jungler. Until we see TNs play.
Yeah, I agree.
Like in the world, I feel like he's probably the best jungler until we see the games that, FPX are going to put out when they start playing. But yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Is there any other LCS team you want to talk about before you have you? I know you're tired, so you got to go soon.
Honestly, I want to just touch on FlyQuest real quick.
Yeah, sure. That's fine.
Pretty crazy.
I think Power Vivo is low key an MVP.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's definitely top 3 best performing players right now. I'm just surprised because I never really FlyQuest has always been a shit team for me. So
yeah.
I'm just super surprised that they've done all that they've done now. Even when they told me that they got Ignar, I wasn't like excited or anything. Like I didn't expect him to do anything, but that team is literally being carried by Ignar and fucking Power Eagle.
Yeah, insane. Because Wild Turtle's not been bad, but I think he is only doing well in lane because of Ignar. But Power Vivo has been playing really insane. I think if nobody on C9 gets an MVP, I think that FlyQuest should give it. I think FlyQuest deserves it for Power Vivo or Ignar. I think they should be your next candidates because on C9, MVP should be Vulcan, Niski, no Blabber guys, stop trolling me. Or Power Vivo, or
Blabber's
yeah, like people are like, oh my god, Blabber's best jungler. I'll get the fuck out of here. What the fuck? I think he's been playing good. Now, you notice MVP level things. Blabber does not
MVP is the player that carries the team.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah.
that's not him. I
Like
feel like he's kind of being like enabled by Niski and
Sven and Vulcan.
yeah.
My boy Licorice, he's been playing pretty well. I think people have been complaining he's been playing bad. No, he's not been playing bad at all. I think he's been playing pretty well. Just because he's like 0, 1, and 0 doesn't mean he's played bad in the game. I think score lines really do not do people justice. Just because he's 0, 1, and 0 doesn't mean he trolled people. Like, come on. Like, literally played into Lucian top and then didn't, feed. That was his thing. Do not feed this, and we can win. He played it perfectly. Took a backseat, played weak side. If that's bad play to people, I don't know what is good play to most people at that point. I think Broken Blade has been better, though. I'd say if you could, MVP would be Broken Blade. If you want to give it to any TSM member, I think he's been playing absolutely insane. It's just like he's on TSM right now, who's not been looking that good, so it's, hard to say. If I want to give it to a random person in the league, I'd say Closer is an MVP level player. Thought he's been playing great. Or Someday on 100 Thieves.
Yeah, Someday it will always be the carry of that team.
Good lord, man, he's been insane. So it's more like, what do you think about Viper and Santorin?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Weird, but it just seems like on that team, like no player exists. Fucking Poe and Ignar.
It's gonna feel so bad when they leave eventually. It's gonna be the same old fly quest again.
Those are like the two people who ever do anything. It looks like.
Dude, I swear, it's people always saying that Santorin is a good jungler, and he does the exact same thing every game he's played. He just kind of just exists.
Yeah.
At what makes this guy a top jungler in the league? He literally exists all the games he plays.
Well, he used to be like the Svenskeren of LCS, but before Svenskeren came. But he isn't now. Now he's just decent.
We had a battle for first, and it showed why he's not like a top, and no, the best jungler. But I don't think he's bad. But people always keep telling me he's like the best, and I'm like, no. What games are you watching? Like, oh my goodness. But yeah, that's been pretty much it. I think we had a pretty good talk overall. Did you? I imagine you had fun. You've been coming here every single week.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Guys, he hates me. We have internal drama. He's gonna kick me for my own call.
Yeah, this is the TSM like
inside.
Yeah.
Just gotta title the podcast "Inside in the Mind of a OP TSM Fan." Oh my god, but yeah, I'll have to get Lyle's take a little bit later on. He's getting off of work like around I think 10 or 11. But yeah, it's been nice talking to you, man. You've been a mainstay for all the weeks so far, and yeah, it's been great having you. I'd give you an actual hug if I was next to you, but I can't do that since you live in Washington D.C.
Yeah,
holy crap! How's with all that like? It's not like for anything, guys. Is all that political stuff really that bad out there?
Oh no.
Okay, thank God.
I barely talk to people about politics.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a political person. I could care less. That's
yeah, same here. If people ask me like, "Hey, what's your opinions on Trump?" I'm like, I just don't give a fuck, honestly.
Yeah, like I'm a just care about doing what's right, but at the end of the day, like politics is so like corrupted and so like diluted that you never really know what is left room or right. So there's really no way of like trusting the situation.
Oh yeah, friend me on what is your name on League though? Because you said I think you sent me a friend request a while ago. What is your name? Is it Flux with Time? Is that your League name?
No, I'll link it in here.
Okay.
It's got special characters, so I'll just copy it, paste it.
Yeah, man, I've been doing pretty well. Freaking saw Bad Boys for Life, like that movie. Saw Fantasy Island. Have you ever watched a movie and you went like, "What the fuck did I just watch?" That's what Fantasy Island is. It's like, God damn. What the hell did I just watch?
Fantasy Island.
Dude, it's one of those. Yeah, it's got like hot women and hot dudes and it's weird. I can't even explain it right now. It's
I just posted my
okay.
user.
There you go. Okay, I'll get it. And then there was did you watch Sonic yet?
No, I haven't. I need to.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Actually, I want to watch it so bad so I can review it because it looks really good.
Yeah, ever since like they made the whole huge petition and people got mad and shit.
Thank God it actually beat out Birds of Prey. I was so happy, man. God, Birds of Prey is horrible. Good lord. But yeah,
Crazy.
it's been nice, Ben. Hope you have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Thanks.
See you guys later. I'll be in the next part with Lyle after you guys watch the video, obviously on YouTube. So yeah, see you later, man. I'll see you next week on Tuesday.
I just
Yeah,
want to
take
say
care,
from the
guys.
bottom of
Peace
my
out.
heart, I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. The double champ does what the he wants.
Yeah.
Guys, hey, what's up? Doublelift just gotten benched. You guys will see my solo video on it before this anyway. But yeah, we just saw this right now coming home. And I have never seen such dick suckers in my life, man. Just, oh my god. Just put Doublelift's nice, fat, long Asian dick down your throat. Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, Doublelift's benched. I'm not supporting Liquid. Hashtag not my Liquid. Like Steve actually cares. Like, you know what I mean? Like one Twitter fan. Oh my god. Do that like flip-flops between a bunch of NA teams who's doing well. Just want to say to you guys, if you're not in, or if you not have ever watched professional sports, this happens like all the time. Players get benched because of no motivation. Like this has been a thing ever since traditional sports has been a thing, and I don't know why people in esports just don't understand the concept of being benched. It literally has been a thing for anything. It's actually a thing to do it in like your job. Like if you're not motivated, they'll just find someone else who will do your job. It's just how that works.
Mm-hmm.
So if I went to my job right now and I was like, oh fuck this job, I don't want to do this shit, and then I actually didn't give a shit while I was there, should my boss keep me?
No.
Nope, not even close. I'd be actually sad if she didn't keep me. I'd be like, damn, I'm not giving a shit and she's not kicking me. I'm gonna just keep doing it, because this is the issue though. If Liquid never brought it up to him, hey, you're not playing good, you're not motivated, would he have actually changed his way? You know what I mean? That's how I look at things. But how you been, man?
Yeah, I've been good. LCS has been, in my opinion, kind of like dry. I don't find anything to be interesting recently, except for shit like Doublelift being benched. Other than that, same old, same old.
Good lord, man. Doublelift being benched. This reminds me of when freaking Sneaky Jensen and Smoothie got benched. Hashtag not my C9 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Had a bunch of those people, hate C9. Oh my god, how could they ever bench players that weren't putting in enough work? It's almost like they're a competitive organization.
Yeah. It's not about the fans. It's about, what is going to win you championships and what's going to be better for the organization as a whole. It's not just about the fans. Like, yeah, I think you should appease to your fans quite a bit, but you have investors and people putting down thousands and thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars, so you got to appease your investors as well. It's not just about the fans.
That's what I'm trying to say to people. Think about it from Jack's perspective. Like, he has a family, he has a wife, I imagine he takes care of his dad. You see how old his dad is? His dad can't do anything for himself. Like, take it from his perspective. He's trying to look out for his business and his family, and like a lot of the other fans are like, oh my goodness, why would he ever do this stuff? Because he's making the best decision for everyone around him and his life. Like, come on, guys. If he would know if Sneaky's putting in effort. He would know if Jensen, when he was on Cloud9, and Smoothie when they're on Cloud9, was putting enough effort. How are we gonna know more than him? Like, just.
Yeah, he's around them all the time. He's seen them at their best. He's seen them at their worst, so he knows what it looks like, and you could see a lack of motivation. It's obvious.
And even in that little special video they put out a while ago, where they were talking about when they were talking to that one psychologist guy. And then he talked about changing the environment. And then there was a part where he mentioned fans trying to, destroy and, go against them. It's like, he knows certain fans are fake. Like, why are you even appeasing to fake people? Like, he understood that. And I was like, finally. It's like, some of you guys, not all of you guys, actually, but some of you guys are fake. And why is he appealing to you? Someone he doesn't even know you. Like, he'll never meet you in his life. And I have to cater to somebody I clearly do not know.
Yeah.
It's just not worth it, man. Like, it's just not going to be the most beneficial thing for the org, is to worry about people who already, like, right now think that Cloud9 being 12-0 is only because the LCS is weak, not because they're actually good. It's only because, the LCS sucks. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
Yeah. They know what they're doing, they're the owners. They have experience with this. It's not like this is their first rodeo and they're just flipping coins to see what works. They know what's best for their organization.
Yeah, I agree. It's not like the 100 Thieves Meteos situation. Oh my god, that was a debacle back in, a couple years ago? Yeah, it was a couple years ago. God dang. Meteos getting transferred, that being a bigger problem. Oh my god.
That really did make no sense in my opinion. But whatever.
So, what else have you been watching in general? Beside League? Or have you been watching any anime or anything?
Well, no, I don't watch anything really else. I kind of half pay attention to the CSGO scene. I try to keep up with all esports. Not as much as I keep up with League, but I try to keep an eye out for everything that's going on. So, I mean, other than that, I really just work and then follow whatever is going on in the League scene.
Did you hear about that whole FaZe Clan dude saying the N-word and then he got,
Oh, yeah. That was pretty interesting. FaZe Clan is kind of freaking weird when it comes to, like, their Fortnite side. It's like they're always having some sort of issue with their Fortnite players. Like, can we just stop with Fortnite esports already? Like, that shit is such a waste.
Damn, just throwing... Dude, Kyle's off of work tired. He's just throwing shade. Oh, my God.
I've always been against the thought of Fortnite esports. Like, the money is there, do not get me wrong. They definitely have the funding for it to be big, but it's like, it just is so shit to watch, man. Like, I fucking like putting my, my hatred towards Battle Royale aside, like, when I watch, like, I could watch a game that I don't play. That's completely fine. But, like, when I watch it, it's like I don't know. It's so frustrating to watch because it's like your favorite player, right? Because it's mostly, solos. So you got like one player out of 100 people that are on your favorite team. It is not just something I could sit down and be like, ooh, let's go one person here, because if you root for someone, you're going to see like a good 2 minutes of them at best if they don't survive past like the first 80 people. So it's like I think it's such like a terrible spectator sport.
It's even worse than Overwatch. It's so like I understand. Like I do that same thing. Like, sorry, what the hell am I saying right now? I do the same thing. Sorry guys, my English vocabulary being like, darker is a little bad. Sorry about that. I'm just kidding. I do the same thing. Like I'll watch a game that I'm not a big fan of. I'll watch CS:GO. I'll watch Fortnite. But it's like watching Fortnite or Overwatch is like watching paint dry, dude. It's just so boring. I don't even got people who watch Fortnite competitively.
I think like if you're watching for like raw skill, then I guess it's a little bit more understandable. But like for me, what I like about sports is like the teams, rooting for your team.
Yeah,
you're not rooting for many teams. Like at best you have a couple people that are signed to an organization. But at that point, like, and the way that Fortnite esports is structured is so like whack. It's like I don't get like the point system and how it really works. It's just so confusing. Like. And then, like, how people qualify for these tournaments is just a large ass amount of like online tournaments, and then like really surviving till the end isn't how you win. It's just like the amount of points you accumulate. It just feels like so like your person cannot be first place but still win the whole tournament, which is so weird to me. I just don't like watching it.
Nah, same here. Like when the whole big Fortnite craze was going on, I was more or less so just saying to myself, God dang, this is another fad. It'll go. They're going to sink a lot of money into this, and then they're going to realize it's not really that profitable at a certain point. Right now it's still in its like fad phase. It's the same thing with the Overwatch League. The Overwatch League is lucky they had the coronavirus even come out this year, because they were already losing a lot, like there are a bunch of pros already, retiring, and I just don't imagine what their end goal was. They made a league because they're like, oh my god, Riot is treating their employees like these, and we can have a better competitive league than Riot. Let's make our own league. And then it's like, what the hell is this league actually? A bunch of teams all leaving, a bunch of players retiring, just a bunch of waste. Like, is the viewer base even there for Overwatch anymore? Like,
I personally don't know. I think there a lot of things that the Overwatch League does. Okay, I will say this about the Overwatch League. The way that the production quality of the Overwatch League it's amazing. I personally think it's probably some of the best production I've seen in an esport. I think
I
that the
agree.
way they have it set up it's perfect. They nailed it. Nothing wrong really. Because I watched the first season of the Overwatch League and I was like, this is awesome. I love this, but the gameplay itself, it's kind of hard to watch. Like I understand it, don't get me wrong. It's like it's just not interesting.
Oof.
And then like now they have these like I don't know, I might be wrong here, but they have like these hero pools that are like banned from rotation. So it's like 4 heroes will be banned from like a certain week, which is like imagine if one week you could play Cassiopeia and Nautilus, but the next week you can't. Like why would you limit team strategy? And I know this was in like trying to solve like the boring stale meta that was like I think it was like some like everybody would just play the same goats. I think it was you just play the same comp, and I guess that's the way to try to prevent that. But like you're limiting possibilities, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't really play Overwatch, so I can't say much about how these new changes to the league. I know they just implemented it just this week, I think. But it's just like the production quality, it's there. It's perfect. It's some of the best I've ever seen.
I agree.
And,
yeah, it's really good.
But yeah, it's amazing. It's better than League. It's better than CS:GO in my opinion. But it's just like I don't really know. Like game wise, it feels like it's just super like unbalanced.
Even CS:GO, man. CS:GO, watching it feels good, but I think the overall production quality could be better.
Oh yeah, I think CS:GO is one of the easier esports to watch. Like I think a lot of people who don't even play video games could sit down. I can explain CS:GO to them in one match, and they'd understand. I think it's one of the easier esports to watch. But I think, and they've definitely gotten better with this over time. But just production quality, I feel like League. I feel like it needs just a tiny bit better. I feel like they've been kind of the same for the past couple of
I
years.
think the LCS has been the same. The LEC has been stepping it up, actually.
Yeah, the LEC has it seemed to be stepping up, but the LCS I feel like they could be a little bit more higher quality, especially with like when I'm looking at the caster's desk, I feel like it's so plain. Like, could you add like an overlay or
my
something?
God. If you go to the LCS and you're actually live watching the caster's desk, it's pretty bad considering they have all that money invested into the actual LCS.
Yeah, I think the thing with I personally went and watched LCS live. I think it's actually pretty good. I think it's decent. I think it could be better. I think the LCS studio is kind of boring. I think
it is a little overhyped, though. I'll say that it is a little overhyped, actually.
I think it's just super plain, and I don't feel like there's a lot of like hype in the studio. But at the same time, it's not really for the people there live. It's just more for the people watching. And then I don't know. I'm not sure what League could improve, so I'm not going to trash on it too much. I think there could be some improvements though, especially to like there should be like a better overlay in my opinion.
What could they really do? I was thinking more along the lines of more traditional sports segments inside of their thing. I think that they don't like trying new stuff because if you try anything new nowadays, people just hate everything. How do you appease people who hate everything you're going to attempt without even putting it out there? So I do like that they did the little game show thing. I think they should continue that. Do other game shows.
That was interesting.
Yeah, do more. Do like Wheel of Fortune. Do Jeopardy. Could you imagine like Jeopardy like trivia and shit with all the casters? That'd be some lit ass, dude. That'd be some lit ass shit. Get some of the fans in the audience to do it with you. That's some lit shit right there. And then my thing with the LCS is just don't care what people say though. Everyone is gonna have an opinion. And dude, I swear on Reddit, people were talking about how much they love the LCS and what they were doing was really good. And then that thread got deleted, and then it was like, people just can't even enjoy it if they want to enjoy it because the LOL subreddit. I don't know if you've actually been on it. Oh my god, I hate going on that thing. People,
I don't really browse that.
People are
subreddit.
So retarded, man. People are so retarded. People saying that Sneaky would have been a perfect addition with Vulcan. Yeah, sure he would. Sure he would. Good lord, holy moly! Like people get absolutely trashed, and then a lot of the pros don't even go on there anymore, and I don't blame them. Why? It's a bunch of idiots who think they know everything, and then if you explain to them in detail why it's the certain way it is, they're like, well, no, it should be better. Like, shut the fuck up. It's a bunch of idiots who don't know anything. Mm-hmm. But The matches this week. Ooh, we got a banger. TSM versus Cloud9 first.
I think we had a bigger threat against FlyQuest and Dignitas, so I'm sure we can beat TSM. I don't really find them. I think it will be a close match, but I'm not scared.
Dignitas versus 100 Thieves.
I'd say Dig win on that one. 100 Thieves is not really anything crazy right now.
I don't know, man. We just destroyed Dig.
Yeah, Dig. Okay, I was scared for a second because I was like, wait, what's gonna happen here? They destroyed first tower. Am I gonna poop myself real quick? Or and then they did the classic and then I tuned back into the game and it was like 8 versus 1 in kills and I'm like, that's C9 right there. That's the C9 I know.
Actually, I'll say 100 Thieves on this one. I think they looked a little bit better than Dig so far, but TL versus CLG. Oh my gosh.
Well, didn't CLG just beat TSM?
That was that. Could you consider that an upset though?
That was an upset. CLG is in last place. How is that not an upset?
That's true. Yeah. Oh, TL, because now we know that Tactical is going to play for TL this week because they said Doublelift is not going to play for CLG or the Immortals games. So CLG have been looking better with Pobelter though. I think he's done a really good job with getting the team on track.
This is gonna look interesting. I feel like CLG could win it, but I think with Tactical, I think they're actually gonna do better than with Doublelift. So I think I'm still gonna lean TL, but I think that CLG actually could have a chance here.
I'm a hot take here. I think Tactical looked better in 1 week than 6 they looked all split long. That's good.
Yeah, true.
Evil Geniuses versus FlyQuest. All right, FlyQuest. I'm gonna give you that. Evil Geniuses. Oh my god, what a joke of a team. What this team is a joke. EG is a joke.
Wait, didn't they beat someone last week?
They actually beat Golden Guardians, and then they lost to 100 Thieves.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
You're like, oh, fuck this team.
I thought they won against someone better, never mind.
They won against TL. Does that count?
Not really, that doesn't really count.
Next day, Sunday, 100 Thieves versus Immortals.
I'll
say 100 Thieves.
I'm actually going to say... Yeah, I'm going to say Immortals, but I think this is like a 50-50 game in my opinion. This could actually be a pretty decent game to watch.
FlyQuest versus TSM?
No, this will be an interesting game. This game will definitely be a banger, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is definitely one to keep your eye on. I'd even say this is match of the week in my opinion. Better than C9 versus TSM in my opinion, because I think
crazy. That's crazy to think about, though.
Yeah, because I think these teams are evenly skilled, like truly evenly skilled. I think these guys are on the same skill set. So, personally, Power of Evil has been playing great with FlyQuest. He's been doing really well.
I think Ignar and Power of Evil just pushed FlyQuest over the edge for me, though.
Yeah,
I think TSM is going 0-2 again.
I think it'll be a good game. Yeah. It'll be an action-packed game, and it might even be either side. But in my opinion, I think it'll be FlyQuest.
Golden Guardians versus Jesus Christ. Golden Guardians.
I don't think we should even talk about these last two games.
I don't even think this is a match. All right. Evil Genius versus Oh my goodness. All right, guys.
Honestly, hot take. I think CLG is going to be EG.
I actually think that too.
I think CLG is literally going to be EG, and I'm not even trying to say this as like oh, look at me, I'm quirky, I'm cool. I literally think CLG is probably going to be EG.
Dude, don't you like Hedgie's hot take drafts?
Hedgie's a 3,000 IQ guy. If I gotta say anything about
guys,
that,
we love Hedgie. He's awesome, dude. But seeing him get just destroyed by all the Cloud9 fans because of his opinions on C9's draft, oh my god, it's the funniest shit in the world.
He's pretty funny. He's got some entertainment.
Dude straight up said that Tom Kench is a useless pick. I'm like, all right, bro. I guess.
Yeah. Tell it to Vulcan.
Yeah. All right. I think CLG will clap Evil Geniuses. Fuck Evil Geniuses and fuck all their fans too, because you guys left for I'm leaving Cloud9 for Sneaky's left. Fuck you.
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually glad they left, because right now we're living in the best C9 ever.
Dude, that post I made in their group, Cloud9's about to be 18-0. They fucking literally every game turbo int, literally on stage. They're like, how they probably typed to themselves, how much can I actually int in this game even harder than I did last week?
Mm-hmm. Now let me ask you something.
Okay.
Let me ask you something.
I'm straight, bro. I like women.
Okay, that was not the question. be honest with me right now.
Okay.
Try to be as unbiased as you can.
I will.
Do you see C9 ever dropping a game this year? And if so,
this year or like just the split?
or I mean the split,
Okay.
split. My bad. Do you see them dropping a game against someone kind of like Team Liquid or TSM, or do you see them dropping a game more like it'd be like an upset against Golden Guardians or CLG?
This is the issue with that. So you asked, do I think it's gonna be? Do I think so? Pretty much, are they gonna go 18-0? Is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm asking that.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
100% do. Yeah, if they do lose a game, I think it'll actually be to Liquid in their last match of Week 9. Because they faced Liquid in the very last match of Week 9. I just don't think that because if you look at their later matches, CLG versus C9, all right, wash. C9 versus 100 Beef, wash. C9 versus Golden Guardians, wash. Like their last few matches are just washes up until TL versus C9, because I think TL, out of all the teams so far, have been actually improving. I think they have been getting better. And I know people are going to be like, don't you hate TL? I don't hate TL. I'm just not biased. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not some dick sucker. But I can admit when they are getting better. And this week showed me they are getting better. Now, is that because Doublelift is not there? Doesn't really matter. They're getting better. I just don't see any team really beating them, because if FlyQuest, a second place team, did it do anything to them? You just have to imagine, what could Golden Guardians do?
I mean, it's just kind of like, it's more of like it's not that Golden Guardians is better than FlyQuest, it's just kind of like, do you think C9 will let down their guard against a team that should be an obvious, like you said, an obvious wash? Like,
I just don't think that this C9 squad is going to do that, because you see how they're talking, like they want to improve every single scrim and try different things. Like the last year C9 roster, I could say that, because they lost to fucking Echo Fox. I was like, oh my god, what the hell are we doing? But this year's roster, I feel completely safe that they are not willing to drop games to these teams. But I digress. It is best of ones. Anything can happen. But it was like last week we talked about this, and I think I said, if we're already 12-0, why not just go for the 18-0? You make history. It's written in the books. Even if you don't win the split, you got 18-0. You were the first one to do it. I think that's a nice little consolation prize. But I just don't see us not winning the split. I'm not saying that as biased. I'm saying that you have to look at it for all the gameplay. How are we not going to win the split, though? What if any of these teams showed, beside maybe TL and TSM? And FlyQuest, obviously. That's my take on it.
Yeah, so do you think C9... Like, obviously, C9 presents, like, a really good best-of-one game, but do you think that C9 is a team that could hold their form in a best-of-3 series, especially considering Sven's history? Now, I will say this, Sven has improved dramatically, but that does not mean that he can't hold himself in a best-of-3 series. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that people like Blabber, do you think people that like Sven and Vulcan, can they hold themselves? I think Vulcan could, because I think he held himself pretty well last year during playoffs.
Yeah, I agree with that. He held himself pretty well last year. Niski, I think he held himself all the way up to the point where he realized he can't carry Sneaky and Zazel anymore. Gosh. But yeah, okay, so you asked, do I think they'll be better in a best of 5? Because this is the issue. People should be even more scared of them in a best of 5. Because this is we've only watched them in 2 games a week. So you factor in, now they have prep time for a best of 5. Now they can show you even more. So factoring in, they're probably going to be even stronger in a best of 5. Though best of 5s are different than best of 1s. But I just don't think that they would just drop their form, because they have more to prep for. You also have to factor in, now you have more you can actually show, because right now they're kind of just picking the meta stuff because that they want to win their games, right? In the best of 5, they can start picking pretty much anything and play stuff they haven't even got a chance to play on stage yet, because there's more games, there's more draft, there's more experimentation to obviously go through. So yeah. I feel like any team that has to face C9 in the first round, you're just done.
Now let me ask you this. Do you think C9 will drop a map at all this split?
Just the game in general?
Do you think they're going to go... Do you think they're going to clean sweep semis? Because they're going to go to semis, pretty much. Like, there's no way they don't go to semis right off the bat. They have a bye, and then they go to finals, and they clean sweep whoever's there. Do you think they drop a map at all?
I think at worst, they'll lose one game. because you know,
Like, you mean they drop one map at all in the whole playoff?
Yeah. You might drop one in playoffs because that's just how adaptation works. You know, you get favorite bands, you get a favorite draft. It just happens. That's
now, let me ask you
at
this.
worst one game. I'll give him one game because you know you might get cheese game one and you're like, oh fuck, this guy picked Shaco and he just destroyed me.
Now, do you think there's going to be, you know, a dark horse this playoff? You know, do you think, you know, Dignitas last year, you know, nobody expected them to beat TSM or ride as far as they did. Do you think they'll, you know, what team would be more likely to, you know, to be the dark horse and, you know, maybe make a surprise? Because this is the year that we have double elimination bracket for playoffs.
I want to say TSM because they did it before when they were like around that 6th place material, and this also happened with Unicorns of Love all the way back in the EULCS. They were like 6th place. They made it a run to semis. I think that the 2 dark horse teams that if they do make it to playoffs are now TSM. I'll say that because TSM is always better in best of 5s anyway. I will give them that. If Liquid get to best of 5s, that's also a scary thing too because you have all these good pieces and they're able to just show more. But this also brings into the next question is that a lot of these guys have not really been in best of 5s. So that's the thing too. So let's say if like TL, you know, go to playoffs and they're in like the first round because they got like 6th place and they have to face a 3rd place team. Is Tactical really going to be able to handle the pressure of a best of 5? Dardoch playing on TSM, he's like, oh, well, this is my last shot. You know, I'm finally with a good team. Oh, goddamn. It's just, those things are what I want to really touch on.
You said that Tactical can hang in a best of 5. Do you think Tactical will be the new replacement for Doublelift? Because you said that?
That's my thing, is that how history usually shows this, he will not really be that good. Now, for history, for what I'm looking at from like all the past LCS splits, is that someone will get benched, right? And then people will see Tactical's performance and they'll be like, oh my god, this guy's amazing. While not realizing you're looking at results-based analysis, because I've watched Tactical since he's been in the academy scene. He's not that bad. Obviously, he's actually pretty decent, but we need to see more out of this guy. Let's say if Tactical puts TL in a situation where they're 0-2 down and the next losses, they're out of the playoffs in a double elimination. I mean, now we're looking at Tactical in a different light. That's where I think the pressure kicks in. But pressure is a interesting thing to talk about because, you know, you can't really judge that. I'm just going along the lines of usually players like that have a point where people see where the grass looks greener at to a certain point.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened when Cloud9 went through their little benching. Remember, Jetson, Sneaky, and Smoothie got benched, and they put in Keith and Zeyzal. Oh my god. Keith, Zeyzal, and Golden Glue. And people were like, you know, maybe these guys aren't really that good. Maybe I need to put back in my stars, you know?
Yeah.
I just don't really think there's much competition yet because the league has been, let's say, 50-50 all split long. What is like 3 more weeks of playoffs really going to show you, though?
Yeah.
That's my problem with it, is that what is 3 more weeks of playoffs in games for quarters, semis, loser match, and finals? Like, what is another month really going to show us? We've already seen 3 months of them in 18 games. So what's the next step for these guys? Are they going to, like, next level and just actually play like we anticipated? Because I had Cloud9 at 3rd place coming into the split, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't think there would be some bottom feeder team. Some of my friends had him at 7th place. I was like, all right, you're trolling me. Stop it. Just stop.
Yeah.
One guy had Cloud9 at 7th. I was like, what? Holy crap. And then because this is the problem right now, is that people are not playing up to expectations, but at the end of the day, those things are predictions. You know what I mean? Like, this is what they're playing like right now. So I would actually ask you, which team is likely to be a lot better than we anticipate right now?
I think towards the end of the split, I could see Immortals being a decent threat. I think Immortals, you know, they definitely do have their weaknesses, but I think that they could carry themselves all the way to a good playoff run, or Dignitas maybe. I mean, it's kind of, I think right now it's kind of hard to tell, and I feel like you really can't even tell until the time comes, because it's always like whoa, nobody expected that team to do so well. So it's like, it's hard to predict that type of thing, because I feel like it could be Immortals or Dignitas.
I should think it's going to be TSM. I think it was going to be TSM because the thing about TSM is that they have individual strong players. Because when I look at Dig, the thing with Dig is that are their players individually stronger than TSM's, or is Immortals players individually stronger than TSM's? Because in a best of 5, it really does matter more having the better players. Because in the best of 1, it's obviously random. I just think overall, if you put an issue on mid lane, because a best of 5, what I've noticed throughout the years of watching them is that mid lane really does shape up how a best of 5 goes. If you have a good mid laner, you're pretty much gonna win. Like how, you know, a few years ago, Bjergsen won all those, and Jensen, and then you have now Niski, who is looked at as the best mid laner. I think the teams with weaker mid laners won't do as good. Like, they have to pronounce like Aka? It's called pronounced Aka, right?
Aka. Aka is Aka.
Like, could you really see Aka performing even better now in a best of 5 than his best of 1 performances?
I mean, I just don't know. I think that's hard to tell without seeing actual best of 5 gameplay. I feel like
that's
people.
The thing, though. That's why I like best of 3s better. And when someone says that best of 3s cause burnout, people are like that's stupid. That's stupid. You literally get more games of these teams to see who's actually better. That's why.
Yeah, it would form a much stronger, like a much clearer picture of how playoffs would look.
Because people are like, oh, well, LEC has best of 1s. Well, are we the LEC or are we the LCS? Yeah, like, you know, just because it's like, well, you do, does I do it, that means that, you know, you should do it. No, but people don't think like that. So it just works toward the angle of it is spring, and then so what's your whole aspect about spring not mattering? Because I think that's a load of horse shit.
I think, like, I could see why people say that, but I think spring does matter. Like, just because Worlds isn't on the table, that doesn't mean that you should just throw away these games and try to learn and improve as, like, you should just throw that away. Like, no, you should be taking every single game and learning and improving it and making yourself a better team. If you're just sitting there and your mindset is that, oh, it doesn't matter, then you're not going to improve. And I'm sure teams don't really think like this, but it does matter. Just because your team doesn't go to MSI,
you forgot.
That doesn't mean they're a bad team.
You forgot to only cough double if you said the less motivation.
Just because your team doesn't make it to MSI, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Like, you know, seeing, like, I think for spring, it's like, what are the top 3 teams and can they carry that momentum all the way to the next split? So it's just like staying focused and staying motivated is just what's important, even if Worlds isn't on the line.
Yeah, because I personally think that's a load of horse shit that people think that spring doesn't matter. Okay, so people, if you're watching this right now and you got all the way this far into the video, thank you for watching, actually. If spring doesn't matter, why do you guys care about their performance then? Why do you go to the LCS and watch it? Why do you even watch the games in general? If it doesn't matter, why are you watching? That's all. That's my only thing. If it really doesn't matter, why are we here talking about, oh, how can all these teams improve? And if the LCS, let's just say, because I don't really believe that, let's just say the LCS does suck. I don't believe it, but let's just say it. Why do you care then? It's spring, it doesn't matter, right? No, because you actually do care. Just stop saying that. Like, no go up to LeBron James, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant, I love you, man. And go up to Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, go up to Stephen Curry. Tell them, hey, lose the first 12 games of your basketball season because it doesn't matter anyway. Just walk up to them and say it doesn't matter to them. Do you know what they're going to tell you? They're going to call you a fucking idiot because that's stupid. That's not how real competition works. If NA wants to ever do better at any place, they need to stop with this little mentality. G2, obviously, did care about spring and put in their best foot forward. Go to LCK and tell Faker that spring doesn't matter. He'll literally cuss you out in Korean because that's stupid. That's a loser mentality right there. Once you have a loser mentality, that's what you're going to be known as a loser, because that's literally what a loser thinks. Oh, it doesn't matter, so why am I trying? Then why are you in the LCSs? Go get a job. I don't know, selling crack on the corner. Give it your spot to somebody else who's actually gonna put in their effort. Like, I hate that little thing. Sorry, I had to rant, dude. Sorry about that, but
no, you're right, because if you don't care, then you're in Team Liquid spot right now, which is actually no. You're in a scary spot if you're in Team Liquid. You can't lose. What is it? 2 games or 3 games? What is it?
The cutoff is like 9-9 to make playoffs.
So, and they have how many losses right now?
They're 6-6.
So you have 3 losses, right? You could give up, and you're playing teams like Cloud9. You have Immortals, which you've lost to already. You have teams like, you know, TSM.
They have to face FlyQuest again.
You have to face FlyQuest, and you have to worry about an upset. You don't have any room to not care right now. You have to give it all, or you're not gonna make it to playoffs. And if you don't win right now as Team Liquid, you're giving C9 their trophy. So that's me being biased. So that's just a joke.
Oh
but,
no, it's definitely true. I just last time Fnatic in 2015 when 18-0 won everything. I mean, it's just SKT did it too. SKT went perfect in the split, won the trophy. It's a common thing that if you go perfect in the split, you're gonna win the trophy. Fnatic, SKT have did it. G2 almost got perfect in 2017. They got upset by Rocat when they were like almost perfect. It's just history, obviously, but yeah, I understand what you're saying. It's just like if you think it doesn't matter, stop, get off the stage. Like if people, it's to anybody who thinks that if you think Spring Split does not matter, take your keyboard, take it off the computer, get off the stage. I don't want to see you there. That is a loser mentality, and I do not like that. Just if you think that NA can't do anything in the world, fine. It's your opinion. Whatever. You believe what you want to believe. Get off the fucking stage. Leave.
Yeah.
Just stop. Like you're getting paid all this money. They're getting paid a lot of money. I don't know if people don't believe them on Twitter when they say they don't make a lot of money. That's bullshit. That is bullshit. Obviously, you can't tell people what you actually make because that's just how it works. But because you actually would get in trouble for that. But these guys aren't poor, man. If you're putting in all this effort and you just are like, I'm burned out. I don't care anymore. All right, cool. Next guy, get him up there. That's what I want. Sorry to rant. I know you're like, hey, this guy's going off on these people. I was like, it's just pissing me off, man.
No, it's true. You shouldn't be okay with losing. You should be giving it your best at all times.
Like, we're not... Are we playing, like, Neopets? Or are we playing, freaking Don't Shower with my dad? Like, come on. We're playing an actual competitive game where it has, like, results. And this is the thing, though. If Spring doesn't matter, does it matter if Cloud9 wins? Does it matter? No? So if Cloud9 goes to MSI and wins MSI, let's say they do. This is not... I think they have a shot at doing it this year, but... So would it matter since Spring doesn't matter? No one's going to think that. Let's say if Cloud9 go to MSI. And let's say, oh, they won Spring. Does Spring matter? No one would think that because no one actually would ever say that because that would mean you're a moron. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, go up to Bjergsen right now and tell him Spring doesn't matter. Go up to Bjergsen right now. DM him on Facebook because I have before. He actually looked at my message before. He said, hey, thank you for your reply. I was, go in Bjergsen's DMs right now. Tell him Spring does not matter. Just tell him that. Yeah. That's just how I think. Sorry, guys, if I'm ranting. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's just like this loser mentality is just plaguing the league because people just don't try, and it's like you can't win worlds if you don't try.
Yeah, I agree. If you're not always giving it your best, then you're just setting yourself up for failure.
But yeah, it's been nice talking to you, man. I know you're tired. You got to go to work tomorrow, obviously.
It's whatever. That's how it is.
Oh yeah. You're always gonna stay up late for me, huh? Wink.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Good Lord. You're like typing in the chat, cringe. Good Lord. But yeah, I could get up early tomorrow too because I gotta watch Sonic actually. Well, like later on the day because I kind of want to watch it and see what the hype is around. I better not go and watch it and people just overhype this movie.
I feel like it's gonna be overhyped. I'm not gonna lie. I don't feel like it'll be. I feel like it'll be like okay, like a good movie to watch while you're just kind of like bored. But I don't see it being like that crazy good.
I have faith in my boy Jim Carrey. I have faith in him.
Let's hope.
Let's do it. See you guys later. Wave Life Esports signing out. Sorry.
Peace.
Oh yeah. See you later, guys.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah. Thank you.